home office is in Akron at the Summit Medina Business Alliance, but I serve Portage County from a satellite office provided to me by the City of Kent at their Community Development Department. What is an SBDC? A Small Business Development Center. We are Ohio's premier business consulting network. We're part of a statewide and national network. There are SBDCs throughout the United States and every U.S. territory. We are a resource partner to the SBA. What that means is we help them to carry out their mission to service small businesses. In good times and regular times, this means that we provide business counseling from cradle to grave. Our real forte in regular times is helping people with business plans and putting together financing packages. We help people with that first employee, with marketing plans, those types of things. Since COVID-19, these past 3 weeks, our mission with the SBA has really been to direct small businesses to those resources that are available to help alleviate some of alleviate what's going on. And it's just so overwhelming. And as a small business and dealing with my clients who are small businesses, just know that I'm here to serve you. I'm here to get you the answers that you need. So what I'd like to do is just kind of give an overview of some of the programs that are available, especially through the CARES Act. You know, government people like to use acronyms. The CARES Act, C-A-R-E-S, stands for Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Stimulus Act. And what this is it's the formal name of the stimulus bill that was passed by Congress late last week. So I'm going to start by talking about the economic injury disaster loans, because these have been kind of the granddaddy of them all and have gone through major shifts in the past 2 to 3 weeks. When they were originally rolled out by the SBA, this was the loan that they used and the loan application that they used for small businesses who had economic injury, mostly due to natural disasters like floods and tornadoes, that type of thing. The system was quickly overwhelmed, and the SBA also realized that the application just did not work for COVID-19. So since last week, a new streamlined 5-page application form has come out. And with these loans, you apply directly to the SBA. And we'll talk about websites near the end of this webinar. But right now, I just want you to know about the policy. You apply directly to the SBA, and the money comes directly to you from the U.S. Treasury. Now, like I said, there's a new streamlined 5-page application that has come down since the passage of the CARES Act. But another aspect is what is an up to $10,000 forgivable loan. Now, a forgivable loan can be called a grant in some ways, but this money has to be used for certain purposes. It has to be used to keep the lights on in your business. It has to be used for payroll, accounts payable, to pay utilities, to pay your rent, those types of things. In the 5-page application, you are asked if you are interested in this $10,000 loan advance. And if you are, we were told that the money shows up in your bank account fairly quickly. Now, if you use it for purposes that are not forgivable, it turns into a loan. And the loan is, the terms on the loan for small businesses is 3.75% with a 20-year payback. Now, nonprofits are also able to apply for this loan, but again, they have to have less than 500 employees. If you are a nonprofit and you get this loan, advance, then, well, you get the advance and it turns into a loan, then the payback terms are 2.75% over a 20-year term. Okay, and again, these loans are applied for directly online, and the application form is far less laborious than the first one that came out. The Ohio SBDCs do have a webinar on how to complete this application, and I can send a link to that to Ryan after this is over. This is very important because, again, businesses are encouraged to apply online during non-peak hours. Now, some of the things about the EIDL, the Economic Injury Loan, which I was just talking about, if you have already applied and been turned down, you are invited to apply again using this new 5-page form. The reason being is that some of the restrictions have been loosened by the SBA. And if you've applied before the $10,000 forgivable loan was announced, you are asked to reapply again. So, you know, that's a basic overview of where the EIDL is right now. And we'll talk a little bit more. I'm not sure if we're going to have a question and answer session or if folks just want to email me directly with any questions they might have. The next aspect I want to talk about is just small business debt relief. And that is, if you have an SBA loan, any type of SBA loan, whether it's a 7A, a 504, or a micro loan, you can get up to 6 months of debt relief. The government will pay your principal, your interest, and any fees that are involved for the next 6 months. Talk to your lender about this. If you have a private commercial loan, talk to your lender about what kind of debt relief that they might offer. But again, the 6-month debt relief should be automatic for those with SBA loans. But again, I always encourage my clients and anyone out there, if you are interested in this program, talk to your lender, because many of these lenders are just overwhelmed. And you need to know what these programs are and what is available to you so that you can bring it up to them. The next program I want to talk about is one that I'm getting a lot of questions about. It's called the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, and that comes out tomorrow. And yes, you apply directly to a lender bank. If you have a 7A loan with an SBA loan through a bank, then yes, that is a lender bank. I am encouraging, all week I have been encouraging my clients, and I encourage you, talk to your banker today. Make an appointment with your banker. As many of you know, the bank lobby is closed. Most banks right now are just drive-through. So you need to talk to your banker to see how you should proceed with sitting down with them to apply for this loan. Again, starting tomorrow, small businesses and sole proprietors are able to apply for the loan. It's basically what this loan does is it pays for up to 8 weeks of your payroll. When you apply for the loan, you'll need your 2019 payroll information and also anything that you have for 2020. And you can get up to 2.5 times of your payroll costs. This will cover salaries, other types of compensation. It covers healthcare costs, but you can also use it to cover other costs that you have, like mortgage interest, utilities, rent, those types of things. And if you use it for those specified purposes, it becomes a forgivable loan, okay? Forgivable loan equals grant. And in the 12 years since I've been with the SBDC, I've had so many people say, what kind of grants does the government offer? For the most part, it's been none. Finally, the government does have things that can become grants, but the money needs to be used for certain specific purposes. And please remember that if you do get this money, you must keep meticulous records on what you use the money for and that type of thing. So while there may not be any fees to apply for some of these loans, it is going to take you time and effort to make sure that you are following the rules that the SBA puts forth with these different programs. Other things looking ahead, the SBA is also offering some bridge loans to small businesses where you can borrow up to $25,000 to be used for whatever purposes you need. And also some other aspects for small businesses include some tax credits, but tax credits are really beyond the scope of the SBA, and you really need to speak with your CPA about these tax credits and whether or not you could benefit from them. So that's really my brief overview of the programs that are available. I invite everyone to go to the website sba.gov, G-O-V, and remember, always go to a .gov website, okay? When you go on that website, you'll see a picture of the coronavirus and then some verbiage, and it says learn more. When you click on learn more, it will take you to information about these various programs. There's also a link at the top for you to apply for the EIDL, the Economic Injury Disaster Loans, because again, like I said, businesses apply for those online directly to the SBA. So that's a good resource. Also, like I said, afterwards, I will send my contact information to Ryan, and I'm sure she'll send it out to the membership. If you have a particular question, please email me. Like most people, I'm working from home these next 2 days, these past few weeks, and I'm pretty quick to answer my email. And like I always tell my clients, if I can't answer you directly, I'll find someone who can. And I know there's a lot of concern, there's a lot of worry and anxiety out there. And I really see my job as being to help alleviate that. So that's what I do.
That is awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. Unfortunately, I was trying to see while we were sitting here to see if I could see the Facebook comments, and it would not allow me to. I don't know if it's because I'm the administrator or what have you. So I cannot physically see them. That's another reason why I could potentially get some help and, have somebody filtrate those for me. However, Susan, are you on social media?
I'm on Instagram, but I have a private account. I am no longer on Facebook.
Okay.
So the best way to get a hold of me is via email. Okay. Like I said, I have an office at the City of Kent, but even in good times, I tell people to email me because I'm out of the office a lot, dealing with clients or between the Kent and Akron offices. But like I said, I like to think that I'm pretty quick in answering my emails.
Very good. Very good. Now, I appreciate all the time that you've spent with us. I'm just checking my phone really quickly because I have been seeing some things come up, and I just want to make sure that if anybody does have any questions, that we get those answered. But it's not loading because, of course, Wi-Fi, too much Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is overloaded, and that's why we encourage people to apply for the EIDL in off-peak hours. So
yes, and what are those off-peak hours?
Well, they are saying anything after 7 p.m. and during the night, of course, is.
Okay.
I've been told that someone called the 800 number on a Sunday afternoon and got through in only 15 minutes. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's success right there.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate you explaining things a little bit more clearly to us. And I totally 100% expect to have questions. And please keep me informed as well of the questions that you are getting from this video. You know, definitely. But I know the biggest concern with a lot of our members and a lot of our businesses is, you know, how long, we don't know how long necessarily this is going to last, and they're concerned and scared about taking out a loan because they're a small business. They're a small
Right.
business. So
Right, and to alleviate some of those concerns, keep in mind that with the $10,000 forgivable advance with the EIDL or with the Paycheck Protection Program, those loans can actually be turned and become forgiven. So, you know, I understand people's reticence to take out loans, but if used properly and if you keep your meticulous records, you can have that debt forgiven.
And I was just watching too on another webinar through the Better Business Bureau, and I was watching saying that basically you have to even apply to get the forgivable loan, you still have to apply for that disaster relief.
That's correct. Yeah.
Loan. You don't have to take that loan, but you still have to fill out the application for that disaster relief loan to be able to apply for the forgivable loan. Is that correct?
That's correct. That is correct. But the thing to remember is that online application has been streamlined to a 5-page form. Before, when it initially came out, it was laborious. You had to upload and download documents. And like I said, it was a system that was initially created to handle businesses that were dealing with floods and tornadoes, with natural disasters. And fortunately, it didn't take the SBA long to realize that it just wasn't going to work.
Right.
Now, if you were a business who applied during that time, then needless to say, we understand your frustration. You are asked to, if you've been turned down for the EIDL, you are asked to reapply using this this new streamlined application. And like I said, some of the criteria that the SBA was using have been relaxed. So it's worth it again. Also, if you applied before they announced the $10,000 forgivable loan, you are asked to reapply with this new streamlined application.
And then a couple of questions that I know that people have asked myself throughout this period of time is, what are the stipulations on these loans? Do you have to have, like, as far as your credit score, as far as your collateral, as far as your sales, monthly sales for businesses, stuff like that? What can you tell us on that?
Okay, with the EIDL, it's my understanding that any emphasis on credit scores has been relaxed. If you are offered an EIDL for anything over $25,000 will require collateral. But again, we were told that the SBA is not being too picky and will take second or third place on things. When you apply, and again, this is what we were told in our various webinars, it's almost like applying for a credit card. You tell them what your expenses are, and then they look at it and they make you an offer. It's like a bank offering you a credit limit. They'll say, okay, we'll give you a loan for this amount of money, and then make the $10,000 an advance on that loan, and again, forgivable if used for certain purposes.
And those certain purposes, of course, are just mainly like payroll, probably, obviously, rent,
right.
Any of your probably electric, probably
utilities. Yes, any working capital. They're working capital loans, and the other thing with the EIDL, there is no fee to apply for them. If you are approved for an EIDL, the SBA will get in touch with you. There's a back and forth that goes between the client, between the business person and the small business, the SBA. If offered an EIDL, you do not have to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is a question that I'm getting. You know, gee, I applied for an EIDL. Now I think I like this Paycheck Protection Program. What do I do? You can turn down an offer for an EIDL. It won't be held against you if you prefer the Paycheck Protection Program. The other question that we're getting is, can you do both?
Mm-hmm.
And as I have been told, you can, but you can't double dip. For example, if you get a Paycheck Protection loan, you can use it for payroll costs for a certain time period. You can also use an EIDL for payroll costs, but it cannot be for the same time period. No double dipping, okay? And again, meticulous records. That's all I have to say.
And if I'm not mistaken too, it was also stated that, you know, if you were hypothetically to get both of those, it's not meant to be for like enhancements or
correct,
basically remodeling or reinvesting into your business. It's basically to keep your business as status quo
right,
for
right,
a period of time.
Right. These are to keep the doors open. What we're finding, and if you really look at these programs, they want people to stay engaged in the economy. They want people to have money in their pockets. They want people to have jobs, because the feeling is that once this is over, the rebound will come fairly quickly. Mm-hmm. So I like to believe that's true. I hope it is, and I do believe that there will be a fair amount of pent-up consumption,
yes,
consumerism out there.
Yes.
I know, you know, for those of us who have been working from home, I'm looking at my floors thinking, oh my gosh, I need to change those. You know, there are programs out there designed to help small businesses. They're new, they're evolving. I know that doesn't help business owners who are full of anxiety about the future, but again, we're here to help you, and to please stay in touch with us, because as we learn more information, we will pass it on to the chamber and to our other resource partners.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I think that, I mean, from the most part, like I said, unfortunately, I'm not able to access my Facebook Live due to Wi-Fi, and due to also I'm recording this video so that I can resend this out for people that are not on social media. So I can resend this out to our database as far as through email and everything like that, and potentially have this even posted on our website. But it is more so just to educate and to relieve some of that anxiety and stress and just uncertainty, and just seeing you face to face and how simply you can explain things is so incredibly appreciated. And we're very, very blessed to have you join us today by far. Mm-hmm. So if you could just one last time, just repeat like your email address, website information, you know, contact information, that would be fabulous.
Sure. Again, my name is Susan McGann. That's M like mother, C like cat, G like George, ANN. And you can reach me at my email address at smcgann, MCGANN, at AkronSBDC.org. S for small, B for business, D for development, C for center. Yeah. And again, I will send out, I will email you right after this, Brian, just an email that has all my contact information on it. And then you can just email that out to your membership, so everybody will have it. A website is to go on AkronSBDC.org. That's the website for the Summit Medina Business Alliance. And also another great reference is the SBA's website, sba.gov. Just
Awesome.
another thing, very quickly, that I wanted to warn people about is just to be on the lookout for phishing scams and other scams, because this is a time when people are filled with anxiety and in some cases kind of desperate, and too often we're willing to click on anything. So when you do apply for an SBA loan, go to the SBA website and click on that link.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said before, make sure it says .gov.
right, correct.
Because there's just utilize the resources that are trusted and are proven and nothing else.
Right,
Nothing
right,
else right now.
exactly. And the other thing to remember, we at the SBDC, our services are free. So I'm sure you'll find a lot of people that are willing to do things for you for a fee, but we're free.
Yeah, and that's the best four-letter word ever.
Yeah,
It's free.
exactly. Yeah,
So
we are your tax dollars at work, so
yeah,
please use us. So,
absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Susan. I really, really am again very grateful, very appreciative towards your time and towards your simplicity in explaining things. And I will definitely by far share this on social media as well as through our website and email. So
okay.
thank you so much.
Well, it's my pleasure. And again, just know that we're here to answer any questions that you have.
All right. Stay
Thanks.
safe and healthy, my dear.
Well, thank you. You too. Everybody else out there as well.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.